Alright guys, and welcome to the new live stream series that I'm going to be starting. We're going to be seeing how much further into into the political world we can actually get as in the political process. So today we are going to be starting off with a Minnesota Democrat or Republican. What time are we starting at? No, we're starting right now because I actually have to go somewhere in an hour, so I just wanted to, go ahead and get this on. So, today we're going to be playing as a Minnesota Democrat or Republican in the state of Minnesota. So today we are going to be starting off as a Democrat. It looks like Democrat has more votes right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and start off as a Democrat. So which, is a lot easier for me because I can actually get through elections easier as a Democrat for some reason. So, today we're going to be doing that, and let me go ahead and transition over. And again, guys, welcome to the live stream. If you are watching right now, go ahead and leave a like. Go ahead and also let me know who you are in the comments, because I really want to get this going. And so today we are going to go over here. And let's go ahead and I'm going to name this after someone I know. So we're going to start off as someone named Gabe Vogel. He is actually one of my YouTube friends. Automatically, I already got someone that actually looks pretty good, so we're going to go with that appearance as well. And let's go ahead and go presets. Let's give him some liberal presets. Let's go fully liberal. Let's go fully liberal today. I'm just going to go through my policies. Yes to minimum wage. We're going to say more good to believe in that government aid helps. 4 Democrat, 3 Republican, and I missed in the last one. Said I missed the last one. Hell yeah. We're going to be decrease, and increase. Raise taxes, increase spending. We're against a flat tax. Let's say yes to all of these except to the sale of assault weapons. We oppose standard ground laws. Say yes to all 3 in education. Let's say no to a path to citizenship, but yes to expanded visas. So we support GMO labeling. All of these. We are opposed to making abortions all illegal, and we are pro-choice. We're opposed to the defunding of Planned Parenthood. We're opposed to cutting food stamps. Then we're going to go with my regular energy policy. We're going to say economy is better. Humans cause climate change. And we are going to be against mandatory controls on economic power for here. And we are also for federal land being used. Minnesota 1 and Minnesota 8 are pretty tossy IMO. I was actually going to go with Minnesota 5, so we can start out from the city of Minneapolis. Otherwise, that's really... I don't know how the state of Minnesota really kind of tends to go. I know that a lot of districts in the state of Minnesota are kind of tossy, but I don't really know. I've never really actually played in Minnesota in the live stream. Let's be against increasing auto emission standards, but support reducing U.S. carbon emissions. Let's go ahead and start off with maintaining military spending. We oppose... Okay, apparently universal healthcare is a huge thing that makes you a liberal in this game. Minnesota 1 and Minnesota 8. Can you actually tell me which ones? Okay, Minnesota 1 is actually in southern Minnesota. I know that because I was looking through their districts earlier. I don't know about Minnesota 8. I'm not familiar with them. We're going to oppose universal healthcare. Can you add other players now? What do you mean by that? And let's start off... because I haven't played the game until the creator adds that. What do you mean by adding other players? Let's start in the city council, because I'm gonna be making a mayoral run. I just want to go ahead and give myself a position. We're gonna start off with about $100,000. Again, we're gonna start them off as a Democrat. Add or change other characters? No. Minnesota 8 is the northern part. Oh, so that's around like Lake Superior. Let's don't really have any problems with his appearance, so I guess I am satisfied with all of him. He has liberal presets, fiscal and ideological. That you can start with multiple people. No, that is not a feature in this game, and I highly doubt he's going to be doing that. You have proteges with basically what a technically. I would like to. Oh, got a lot of people talking. I'm not really looking at it right now. And guys, if you guys actually can share this live stream with people, I would really, really appreciate that. Let's go ahead and start him off as 20, age of 20. And cool fun. I'll go ahead and tell you. Proteges basically do the same thing as playing multiple characters. So if you are actually interested in that. Basically, you start them off in any district and any position that you want, and then they follow the exact policies that you go through on these options right here. So they're kind of someone that you have control over, and then you can put them in any district that you so want. So let's go with that and continue. Let's go ahead and start off in the state of Minnesota, and we got Ramsey County, Dakota County. And then Hennepin County, this is St. Paul. We also have Washington County. I am looking forward. Let me go ahead and get this going. I want to start off in Minnesota 5. So Minnesota 5. Oh, St. Paul is the capital. Oh crap, okay. So we got Hennepin County or Ramsey County, as well as I could also do Dakota County. So this is St. Paul and then this is Minneapolis. Because I completely got Minneapolis confused with the capital of Minnesota. So I guess that's something that happens a lot. So I could come out of Hennepin County. I think I could actually leave that up to y'all if y'all have any suggestions. So do you want me to start off and do you want me to be city council on in Minneapolis, or should I do it in St. Paul? Looks like Hennepin County is actually a little more conservative. Or if I really, really wanted to, I could go out of Dakota County or maybe even Washington County, but these have a less populace, so they have less of a budget that I can actually play with. So again, it's up to y'all if y'all have any suggestions, but if y'all don't really have a decision, then I'm just going to start out of Hennepin County. If I really, really wanted to be competitive, I can start off in Anoka County. Hennepin is the congressional district in itself. Interesting. I'm actually not familiar with it, so Hennepin. So we have a suggestion for St. Paul. We'd be just going out of Ramsey County. 508,000, 16.9 poverty level, 65 to 30. And then Hennepin County is 61 to 34. If I started off in Anoka County, which 330,000 people, is actually a little more competitive. I mean, you know, Democrats can still win, but it's a more Republican district. And I'm not familiar with any of the cities in Minnesota except for Minneapolis and St. Paul. And then all of these counties right here are all in Minnesota 1. And all of these counties right here are all in Minnesota 8, I believe. Really, maybe whenever I start these live streams, I'm going to do a little bit of research on the states. So let's... Alright, it looks like, out of the people that are responding right now, we're going to be starting off in Ramsey County, or are we going to be city council in St. Paul? 508,000 people, 16.9 poverty level, 65 to 30 for Democrats, and then 5 for, independents. So, again, Again, everyone that is joining the live stream, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. And I did actually, as we continue, let's go ahead and do this as St. Paul. So we're going to be starting in a school district 77 to 18. If we can actually... Looks like there's no competitive districts in the school board. City council is where we're going to be starting off in. Do we have any sort of competitiveness in the city council? Doesn't look like it, so we're going to be 64 to 31. And then State House District 127, State Senate District 41, and then Congressional District 4. Do we have CD5? So we only have CD4 and CD5. And again, if you have any suggestions for what districts I'm going to be coming out of or I should be competing for, please, please, please make a suggestion. We have Senate District 42, which is a little more competitive. .38 and 42 are actually very competitive. We are starting off in 41. Alright, let me just do a little bit of research. We're going to be starting off right here. I believe the State House and State Senate districts, I'm going to go ahead and keep the same. Minnesota 4 is going to be St. Paul, Woodbury, Stillwater. And then Minnesota 5 was the one that I was kind of wanting to come out of. It looks like that is more over Minneapolis territory. Is 4 and 5 the only one? Okay, it looks like 4 is going to be the one that I'm going to be coming out of. State Senate 42 sounds fun. Have you ever played with policies based on your actual political beliefs? Yes, I actually do. A lot of the presets that I actually start off with, I always kind of like move it like a conservative liberal, and then I kind of like, you know, move it around. If I can actually do that, like, I actually did have a game whenever I first started playing. I mean, you said State Senate 42. Oh, that was 38. Okay, let's do 42. But yeah, a lot of the times whenever I do play, I actually do kind of like align it with how I believe, because that's kind of how for some reason, whenever I play video games, I like to, whenever I play games like this, I always like to do what I do. If I was in that position. So a lot of the series that you guys have actually seen, the way I kind of do it is I kind of role play it with myself, and then I kind of like adapt to the situation that's going on. So that's so a lot of the times that you guys have actually seen my gameplays, that's me kind of like role playing as that country or character, but then also kind of adapting to the situation while doing it the way I would do it. Okay, these are all the presets. We're going to go ahead and go with easy because I have been having a lot of trouble with the state of Michigan. So again, school district is going to be 77 to 18. City council is going to be 64 to 31. We're going to be out of State House District 127 in the state of Minnesota, 77 to 18. State Senate District 42 with a little bit of competitiveness, 52 to 43. And then we're going to be representing Congressional District 4 if we ever start moving on to a federal level. And that is a little less competitive at 59 to 36. And again, Minnesota 4 is actually from the St. Paul area. So we are going to be representing the capital of the state of Minnesota. Alright, and again, guys, welcome to the live stream if you're just now joining us. And let's go ahead and start up this game. And this is going to be a pretty short live stream compared to the last Michigan gameplays. I'm only going to be live for about an hour. So let's go for the Progressive Democrats. and I can change my caucus whenever I want if I feel the need to. The only thing is that, let's check that again. Liberal and so it's liberal because that's what my ideology actually was. If I really cannot agree with them, then I'll change over to the moderate Democratic coalition. So let's just stick with the progressive Democrats. Our name is Gabe Vogel out of Ramsey County, 127, 42, and 4. Oh, we can actually change our parties. I've never really looked at that. So we are a city council member out of District 1. We have represented them since 2012. And let's go ahead and see the situation right now. We are in week 1 of 15. We have a city council election. We're going to go ahead and run for that election again. Let's go economic. Increase minimum wage is always going to be my go-to. Taxes, reduce city property taxes in the city of St. Paul. And let's go crime. Reduce total crime. And let's start by giving myself the money that I need. Donate personal funds. Go ahead and give myself the $100,000. Let's go by door knocking. And then fundraising. Definitely need to be doing some fundraising. So hold a rally in the city of St. Paul. 83 that attended that. That was kind of pathetic. And guys, if you are just now joining, welcome. Again, leave a like on the video and subscribe if you are new. Let's go marketing. Let's see if we are even campaigning in this primary. We are unopposed in the primary, so let's just do some fundraising every week. And now, as I do this, as I campaign, we are going to be talking about a couple of key news issues going on. Yesterday, the President of the United States today, the President of the United States declared a state of emergency in the United States, or a national emergency in the United States, over the coronavirus. The coronavirus, let me go ahead and check on the numbers for that. Worldwide, we have 145,000 cases of it, and not all of those are active. We have 69,000 cases worldwide that are active, so 69,000 exactly currently infected with the coronavirus. 63,000 of those are in mild condition, and 5,900 of those are in serious or critical condition. 76,000 people have been closed. Their cases have been recovered. 70,000 of those were recoverable, and 5,416 died as a result of the virus. Current numbers in the world right now, and I'm going to be going off of total cases, not active cases. 80,000 in China. However, the only reason I'm going to be going over this is because 64,000 of those have been recovered. 13,000 are still active, and about 3,100 people have died in China as a result of the virus. We have been so swamped by news of the coronavirus that oh yeah, set auto events. That's actually what I need to do. Automate events. Let's do 100% to fundraising. And we are already at the primary election of 128,000 in our piggy bank right now. But yeah, Italy has been very hard hit by the coronavirus. 14,000 active cases as of right now. 1,300 are critical, but they have recovered 1,400 people. However, the difference is that they have recovered 1,400 people, but 1,200 have died as a result of the virus. The last time they reported it, 250 people have died. In the United States, we have 2,269 total cases right now. 2,190 of those are active. 48 people have died in the United States, and 31 only have recovered. So we have more deaths right now than recoveries in the United States. France, Germany, Spain, South Korea, and Iran have been also hard hit by the virus. We are looking at a total widespread pandemic. right now. Louisiana actually moved their primary to April 2nd, from April 2nd to June 17th due to coronavirus. Is that actually true? I've never heard of that before. Let's actually check on that. Yeah, coronavirus leads Louisiana to delay primary election. That is crazy. Thank God it only kills old people and sick people. It's still bad, of course, but it would be much worse if it was killing young and healthy people a lot. Yeah, but that can change. That can definitely change if things were to if it were to mutate, you know. But at the same time, it's not that much of a good thing. 4 cases here in Arkansas, according to the CDC. Let me actually check. I am in Texas, and last time I actually checked about a couple hours ago, it said that there were about more than 20 cases in the state of Texas. But all the counties around me have actually declared emergency declarations, and my county is prepared in the next couple of hours to actually declare a state of emergency in my county. Connecticut has 2 cases, and by the way, I actually saw you say something about Connecticut earlier, and let's go on to this primary election. Obviously, I have won this election fair and square with 10,000 votes, 10,655. I will be facing off against Orville Weber in this next election, but look at that. Very, very low Republican turnout compared to the Democratic turnout. Very hard-fought election between Orville Weber and Dominic Stanley in this primary. Hey, what is going on, DJ Cool? Welcome to the live stream. And again, everyone watching this, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. The hard part is over. Party demographics are in your favor. Let's go ahead and get through this primary election again, and let's do some rallies at the same time. I'm going to be doing rallies, let's go ahead and get my turnout up to about 1,000 people. I am doing very good. I'm just talking about the coronavirus right now. Republicans really don't like it, but independents are really, really sucking up to me right now. And rallies are a way for candidates to get voters excited about the election. Rallies increase voter enthusiasm and sway public opinion. They also increase voter turnout. They do not influence name recognition. However, some undecided voters may attend rallies to help them to determine how they will vote. And then attend. We're really, really getting that independent vote. I actually did start the Wyoming Progressive Run. I'm about to run for the congressional district, and yeah, you're gonna be. Tell me how that actually works out. If you're actually not in my Discord, let me go ahead and make an invite to my Discord for you guys. Let's get an invite, and for those watching right now, go ahead and join in on that Discord right there. And also, if you guys are very interested, I am going to post this link in the live stream right now. I actually just reformed my Patreon, so if you guys really want to support me, then there are 2 ways to actually do that. You can actually do a super chat in the live streams that I actually have, and you are able to financially support me right then and there. If you want to support me once a month, go ahead and go to my Patreon, and you can support me on Patreon. I have a lot of fun tiers that I actually made last night, so if you guys are really interested in becoming a member of the Agrarian Party, please go ahead and join up in the Agrarian Party today. So yeah, joining the Agrarian Party has a lot of benefits. You can become a agrarian for $1 a month. You become an outer party member for $5 a month. You can become an official party member for $10 a month. You can become an inner party member for $25 a month, and then a commissar of the Agrarian Party for $50 a month. It's a very fun thing, and and you guys who join on my not my Discord. Well, actually, I really want you to join in on my Discord more so than my Patreon. But whenever I start getting more patrons, I'm gonna have a lot of fun with my Patreon over the next couple of months if I can actually start getting people to join up. So yeah, I am going to be forming up the Agrarian Party in the next couple of months. So those who join first are definitely going to have a lot of power and influence over the Agrarian Party. Older members will have their suggestions taken over others. So definitely in the next couple of months, look into joining my Patreon. I'm going to have a lot of fun with you guys on that. Otherwise, we are going to be doing more rallies. I'm really just going to be concentrating on these rallies over the next couple of days, over the next couple of weeks in-game. We have City Council. Do we even have an opponent? What are your positions? I'm running for re-election in Pennsylvania and Somerset County. Politics Edition. I'm welcome to the live stream. I've never seen you here before. But welcome to the live stream. Connecticut for Liberum, circa 2006 Senate. Fun fact, Connecticut had a governor that was from an independent party in the early 90s, if I remember it correctly. I actually never heard of that. We have 76, 39, 59. And I believe I really don't have to worry about marketing as much. Let's get minimum wage going. We're going to throw about $20,000 into an ad for that. We don't have to worry about staffing. Events, let's go to the next week. Really, again, we're just going to be going through these events. Local newspapers put together a candidate questionnaire to provide readers with an overview of each candidate's policies. Would you like to participate? And there's going to be 101,000 readers. Let's go ahead and say yes. So I'll hold a rally at the same time. We have 1,600 people, and the general election is now on its way. St. Paul City Council District 1 elections have been won by the Democrats in a very sweeping majority, 76.5% to 26.5%. That was Lieberman. Yeah, I remember Lieberman. Lieberman, I believe, was the guy who actually announced my brother's name on the Senate floor. I don't know if it was Lieberman or if it was someone else, but I do kind of remember, I think he actually was from Connecticut. I watch them, I just don't chat that much. Yeah, politics, actually, let me actually look into your... I've actually never seen you here, and your channel looks pretty interesting, actually. I don't even know if you post, won't let me go to your channel, but you do seem, your like icon and name actually seem pretty interesting. So welcome to the live stream. I've never seen you here. 13,917 votes to 5,009 for Orville Weber. He has lost this election in a landslide victory to the Democrats. Let's go ahead, and this is a 2015 election, so we're only looking at city council elections across the nation. If we can actually, we have school board history elections. City Council. So neither party gained seats in the City Council or the school board. Mayoral elections were won in a sweeping landslide for the Democrats. Again, for the city, 66.9% to 33.1%. 127,000 votes casted for Grayson Bronze, and 62,918 votes for Jonathan Piper. When is the next geopolitical simulator video? I'm actually going to continue the India series. Don't worry, I'm definitely going to be getting that going. I believe I can actually get that out by tomorrow. I just haven't recorded it, I've actually just been live streaming a lot. But tomorrow, yeah, I'm definitely going to try to get that done. I'm going to try to get that done actually tonight, and then I'll have it posted by tomorrow morning. State house elections, we have none, so we're only looking at citywide elections across the nation tonight. So mayoral, so we're going to be working with Grayson Bronze in this next city council. Once I actually have the chance, I am going to be running for mayor of St. Paul. Let's go ahead and look at some metrics for the city. 508,000 people, 65% of those are Democrat, 30% are Republican, 5% are independent or undecided. 116,000 youths, 318,000 adults, and 73,000 seniors. Education-wise, we are looking at an average of 10.16 across the board from pre-K or from kindergarten to grade 12. Academic dropouts by category, we are looking at a majority of those dropping out solely because of, what is that? No, it's not academic, it's poverty? Huh. Poverty is an extremely big reason why kids are dropping out. Well, we definitely need to get that under control. Hey, I live in Minnesota. Welcome to the live stream, Jordan. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Had an idea for doing Minnesota, so I definitely wanted to do Minnesota this time. What have we been doing? We have only been running for re-election for our city council district. We are representing city council for the state, or for the city of St. Paul. I don't have school for 10 days because of coronavirus. Wow. Yeah, the coloring kind of looked weird. The developer definitely needs to change these colors because it's really confusing to look at. 7,194 teachers, 12 teachers to 1 student. We have a total of 12,000 higher education students. Dropout rates among them, the highest. These are attainment. Ow, the left side of my arm is really hurting me. So we have 28% of those in college, 27% in high school, 14% are dropouts, and then 18% are bachelor degrees. Economy, 52,000 per capita income. We have a 6.1% unemployment rate. 10% of those are underemployed, and then 83% are actually employed. Tax-wise, we are looking at $808 million being made off of city taxes. $437 million is coming from the city, and $370 million is coming from property taxes from the school district. In total, we are making $808.7 million. And we only have a city property tax. So maybe in the future we can actually make more. Healthcare is going to be another important thing. We have 23,000 people under no coverage of health insurance. 508,000 people are under some sort of health insurance. 284,000 are private insurers. 126,000 are from Medicaid. I believe the state also has its own Medicaid program, so I don't know if it's actually, if most of that is coming from a federal program. Well, actually, no. This is kind of split between the state and federal governments. 73,000 are under Medicare, 10,000 are military veterans, and then 23,000 are under no coverage at all. Life expectancy is 78.83, and we have, don't really have to pay attention to births and deaths. Those are usually fine most of the time. We have 41% coming from 41% of crime coming from public order. 41.5% is coming from drugs. We are definitely going to fight that. We are going to lower the sentencing rate for drug crimes. That is always a a priority for me. $37 million is going toward jail expenditures, where we are definitely going to be fixing that once we start fighting against drug crime. Gun rates, 498,000 guns in the city of Minneapolis. Infrastructure rates, 4,000 miles of road. And here's our energy distribution, very, very mixed. 38.5% is coming from coal, and then 33% is coming from natural gas. But these usually get taken over by wind and solar, geothermal, and biomass over the next couple of decades. Medicaid is federal, Medicare is state. Okay, yeah. See, Medicaid and Medicare are very confusing to me. The game, I believe, does actually separate it between Medicare and Medicaid. So we only have 2 Republicans, and then the rest are Democrats. State-wise, Submitted a new title. Damn. Message from campaign opponent. Thinks you are a worthy opponent. Let's go to the next year, and we're going to be looking toward the 2016 elections. Next year. So we have no retirements happening right now. Welcome to your new term of City Council. And city laws. We have a minimum wage increase from $7.25 to $10. Then let's go ahead and say I'm excited to get started. Let's go ahead and immediately go after crime. Let's go to drug sentencing, and let's decrease that to the minimum without abolishing them. And that reduces it by several $1 million. We will be... what actually does that change? Let's go to drug crimes again. 259 total imprisoned, $8.6 million. And then we'd reduce that to 0.5, that's $3.4 million, 104 imprisoned. What if we actually abolish it? Let's go ahead and try to abolish it. And City Council, let's see how they think of that. Or commend this legislation for recognizing that drug use is a public health issue and not a criminal issue. Any decrease in drug-related prison sentences is a step forward for justice. I support this legislation. Yep, and we look like that we are actually going to abolish drug sentencing lengths. So let's go ahead and support that. 11 to 0, 100% of the City Council agrees with it. And hopefully the mayor does not try to step against it. Legislation. Let's go ahead and go to the next day. And the mayor has signed our piece of legislation into law. And we have Republican primary debates going on. We're really gonna start going through. Do we have, and I think that's actually supposed to get instituted by the next year. Alright, let's see what's going on in the federal government right now. We only have the budget resolution moving through. State level politics, we are looking at HR 1 and HR 2. This is a tax reform bill. Then state HR 2, there's a gas tax from 28 cents per gallon to 44 cents per gallon. That did not make it out of the committee, 8 to 15. So HR 1 and HR 2 actually failed. You have HR 4, decreases eligibility from 80% to 74%. And then city, or this is the school board. Tax bill that would increase school property tax rates. This increases it from 1.49 to 1.64. And that actually became law 4 to 3. Got nothing else moving through, so I'm just going to be slowly coming through these weeks ahead of us. We have the primary elections now. And let's look at state level politics. We have Kendra Carpenter advocating for District 42. Stuart Eaton, who is on a Republican ticket. State House, we have Cleveland and Drummer. And at governor-wise, we are not looking at 2014, so the next gubernatorial race in the state of Minnesota is going to be in 2018. I actually remember that gubernatorial race. Next is increase violent crime lengths and work on that poverty. Yep. That is going to be a big thing, so I actually might stay in city politics a lot longer. And if we have the chance in the next election, I believe 2019 elections for the city, we are definitely going to run for mayor. So actually, by 2019, I think I would actually be able to run for mayor. Kendra defeated the Ifu, did you say? Kendra Carpenter, Washington Kravitz. Oh, huh. Yeah, she defeated the incumbent. That's interesting. I've never seen an incumbent AI actually lose. Let's go ahead and go through these 2016 elections. Okay, city budget, or minimum wage, increases from $10 to $12. Let's not do a amendment. Let's go ahead and support it at its current form, 7 to 4. Well, 2 Democrats actually opposed it. Interesting. We have Fraser Garcia and Dylan Tsai that actually opposed it. Cannabis legality in the city of St. Paul. Let's go ahead and do that. Wait. Legalizes the sale of marijuana. This is by a Republican. Wow. Interesting. Jordan Little of the City Council of St. Paul wants to legalize marijuana. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's support. Unanimous support in the City Council. Looks like we are going to be having legal weed in the city of St. Paul in 2017 on. And create an amendment to the city budget. Let's go ahead and say yes. Guess I already have enough political support. We have foster care, 1.9 million bucks. Let's go ahead and start doing something on poverty. So we're going to be increasing funding to... Oh, we have no treasury. Yikes. We're going to have to decrease funding to something. 63.2 to 36. I lost the election. Yikes. So sorry, politics. Politics edition. If you actually have a Discord, you should join my Discord if you can. City administration. City litigation. Do we not have any poverty programs? No wonder. No wonder poverty's so bad in the city. It's because we have no poverty programs. Police intelligence. So we have police, circuit courts. Security services for city facilities. Department of Parks and Rec. Let's go ahead and cancel. So budget process. Let's see the... I'll improve education, reduce poverty, and improve healthcare. Address the major issues. I'll improve the economy, healthcare, and improve the budget. Let's go ahead and create some legislation. Let's go to poverty. Minimum wage. National minimum wage is $9.13. Huh. Illegal aliens welcome on the Discord. Yes, they are. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, let's go. No programs at all. Yeah, that's so interesting. I don't know why we didn't have any actual, so we have energy assistance, community development, education for the unemployed. We don't even have homeless shelters. Let's go ahead and get that through. We have homeless shelters. Let's introduce... Let's go ahead and watch the presidential election. And... Alright, we are looking at a Republican presidential administration. Virginia and North Carolina, as well as Florida, have flipped to the Republicans. So we are looking at a Republican presidency over the next 4 years. Wisconsin is gone, Nevada and Colorado, and we are looking at the first woman president of the United States, Gloria Gifford, representing the Republican Party on this presidential ticket. 64.1 million votes to 62.4 million votes, 299 electoral votes to 239 electoral votes. Invitation not valid. Let me go ahead and get that same thing, and let me go ahead and post that. So everyone watching right now, let's go ahead and join that Discord right now. And also, again, if you guys are interested, and I see that Rue, you finally joined the Discord, so welcome to the Discord. Everyone joining right now, welcome to the Discord, official Discord of my thing. Still trying to get it out, so if you guys have any invites that you can send out, please do so. And also, please feel interested to join my Patreon and joining the Agrarian Party that is also active in my Discord. And if you guys are, again, interested in that, please consider joining my Patreon so you can support the Agrarian Party and its goal of becoming the Superior Dakota. We are going to be moving to North Dakota, and we're going to be uniting both Dakotas into one Superior Dakota. 50.4% of the popular vote, I think. I'm not really good at math. She also won Ohio, and Arizona and Nevada. Interesting map. Let's look at the exit polls. Let's see how close Michigan and let's see how close Minnesota was. I never really pay attention to Minnesota in the presidential elections. Minnesota registered turnout was 91% of voters turned out in Minnesota. 52 to 47, 1.54 million votes to 1.39 million votes. 1.4 million Democrats voted for the Democratic nominee. 41,000 voted for the Republican nominee. 58,000 Republicans voted for the Democratic nominee. 1.2 million voted for the Republican nominee. And then independents was very split. More independents actually voted for. So it's actually more of a flippable state. It's just that that most candidates cannot actually win that undecided vote. Hey, Unified Dakotas is illegal. Not anymore. The Agrarian Party will be deciding that very, very soon. So again, joining my Patreon does support the goal of uniting both Dakotas. Let's go ahead and look at what we are looking like in the Senate. No Senate elections. We are looking at a Senate election in 2018. Other elections, we had a Republican sweep across the country. 5 seats gained by the Republicans. No gains for the Democrats. 5 gains for the Republicans. Those gains were Iowa, Ohio, Pennsylvania. It's the first time I've seen Pennsylvania flip to the Republicans. New Hampshire and North Carolina have flipped to the Republican column. 26 Republicans have actually gained in the Senate. We are looking at a very, very, very red Republican delegation in the state of Minnesota. So we have more Republicans. That it looks like it's more than 3/4 of the Minnesota delegation being represented by the Republicans. It's very, very interesting seeing that. Let's see what happened in the state of Minnesota in the 2016 elections. Minnesota 1, 7, 8 all flipped toward the Republicans, but our district actually stayed Democratic. Susie Jarvis will be representing us over the next 2 years. And again, this is the presidential election that just happened over the next couple of times. Harding was able to... Norman Harding, okay. Let's go here. We're going to be instituting some poverty saving, make Minnesota red. I am actually a Democrat right now, so I cannot make them red unless I switch parties. Also, I just noticed that Texas actually has a slightly lighter delegation from previous elections I've seen in the state of Texas. Let's go ahead and establish this program. It's going to cost us about $7.8 million, just 1.7% of the city budget. And it looks like that is going to pass 9-2 that was actually along party lines. Let's go ahead and get another piece of legislation passed. So we have homeless shelters, public housing, permanent housing, provides permanent housing and homeless individuals so they have a stable home from which to begin addressing the issues causing their homelessness. Or we have public housing, which helps provide affordable housing to low-income individuals and families by having the government pay a percentage of an individual or family's rent. Let's do public housing. That would cost us $82 million. Let's do it at its current form. Let's have the city pay for 60% of the assistance. This is average assistance amount reflects the percentage of a beneficiary's rent that the government pays. So we're going to be paying for 60%, and so hopefully as we gain more money, Actually, let's go ahead and do it at 70%, $82.1 million. Access, we're going to have 13,000 people having access to benefits, and then 7,000 people reduced in poverty. Let's go ahead and do that. And if we can get it passed, then we're going to pass a tax increase, possibly toward, city taxes, $448 million. We need to make up for that income gap that we are going to be looking at. And public housing, 11% of the city budget. It's going to be an increase by $51 million. We'll provide housing assistance to 8,112 eligible individuals, increasing eligibility by 8,112. Do a real Nordic politics stuff, free market, God help us all. Please, 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 yes. So it looks like that is going to pass along party lines. Yes, it will. And then let's go ahead and get tax reform passed. So we have $448 million. We should increase a sales tax. Let's just do 1% increase in the sales tax. It's going to be 84. That basically covers ourselves with it. It's going to increase our total tax revenue to $533 million. Yeah, let's do a breathing tax as well. My grandma just told me via call she's tested positive for COVID-19. Yeah, Knox, I'm really, really sorry to see that your grandfather tested positive for COVID-19. That's actually pretty bad. So I really, really do apologize for that. And I'm really sorry to hear that. Let's increase the property tax to 1.8%. And then that gives us a total of $543 million. Well, actually, let's decrease it to 1.75. That's $530 million. Yeah, I was muted. I was muted. Sorry about that. But yeah, Knox, I'm really, really sorry to hear about that. Can you not hear me? My OBS says that you can. Yeah, I was muted for a minute. So, yep. Sales tax seems to actually literally get rid of what we had looking at us. Or we can just increase the property tax. Let's increase that. Okay, it looks like the property tax barely gets us money. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's go ahead and continue. Let's see how that goes through. Let's attend the Thanksgiving parade. And it's an increase of approximately $95 million. An increase of 21%. Raising taxes and investment on our city's future. I support this legislation. Alright, we have partisan supports. Well, actually, Republican Denise Selby actually crossed the aisle to help support that tax increase. Tax heroin, please, I wish. Please, I wish. And do we actually sense... Oh yeah, marijuana sales tax. Let's go ahead and make that true. And tax 5% of the sale. The rate at which products containing cannabis are taxed, that's going to net us another $3.3 million. Let's go ahead and continue. And all of these are going to be instituted by the next fiscal year. So getting these all passed at the end of the year is actually really good. What? Oh, okay, so the tax increase was actually vetoed by the mayor, but the city council majority vote has overturned the veto. Your legislation has been signed into law. Wow, that's pretty interesting. Legalize crack and tax it. 600 IQ moves. Please, yes. Cannabis tax. We have tobacco and alcohol. And also, yeah, we could actually start funding city operations by increasing tobacco and alcohol taxes. Support. Same amount of people actually supported that. Let's see we have... Why do we not have a tobacco or alcohol tax? What? Let's get this into law. Let's do a 50-cent tax on every gallon of alcohol. No, let's go ahead and do that at $1. No, let's do... Can we get... Yeah, let's do 85 cents. 85 cents per gallon. And then we don't have enough. You need at least 25 hours of draft legislation. I only have 15 hours. And then tax policy, let's do a tobacco tax. So that was that was an alcohol tax. Let's do a tobacco tax. That is going to be $1 per package of cigarettes. That's going to net us $18.5 million. And city council hearing. It's going to get us $10.7 million. Looks like we're going to get one Democrat across the aisle to oppose it. Hopefully the mayor does not veto it. Okay, he did sign it into law. E-stimulus to the Twitch thoughts and porn industry. I wish that we actually had a tax. Politics Edition has won the primaries. Congratulations to you. And our tobacco tax on package of cigarettes is going to net us $18.5 million. So let's support, and same amount of votes as the alcohol tax. Let's go ahead and go to the next year. Lots of city laws going into effect, and we are going to be fighting poverty in the year of 2017. Let's go ahead and check our city metrics. Let's go ahead and look over poverty. Poverty is going down, and the effect of poverty is going down as well. We now have homeless shelters that we can actually slap people in. So 100% of them are actually sheltered. We had 971 in the beginning of the year. Let's go ahead and do housing and sheltered. So we have these people in housing. It's actually going down while people are increasing in sheltered. So good that we are fighting poverty at this rate. Per capita income is going up. And unemployment, I believe, is going down. I actually don't know, but our tax revenue is exploding right now. Let's go ahead and look over our city budget. $506 million to $468 million. Only $1.9 million of that is actually discretionary, is actually mandatory spending, while the other $466 is actually discretionary. And we have a $38 million surplus, so we are definitely making sure that we are watching our spending. Here we are spending $187 million on police, $76 million on fire, another $6.2 million on other public safety operations such as building commission, animal services, and EMO. Then Department of Corrections and the Judiciary is $69 million. Human Services, we are now finally putting some money into... Where was that actually? Homeless permanence. That was public housing. So that's actually going to be mandatory spending, I believe, on the budget. We have a sales tax. Decreases the rate from 1% to 0.8%. Bringing in more revenue than is currently needed to fund city programs and services that support lower taxes. I am actually going to make an amendment. Put it at 0.9. And then I'll support it. That got bipartisan support. And we have another hearing on minimum wage. That is going to raise it from $10 to $12. Let's go ahead and say no to an amendment and then support the legislation in its current form. The mayor, I believe, vetoed it. Yep, he vetoed B2. Let me... Alright, let's go ahead and get through the rest of this year. Alright, vote on a... Damn it. We missed the city budget operations, but hopefully... let's go ahead and go to the year 2018. State Representative Leslie Cleveland will not seek re-election, but we do not have a chance at actually winning. Sales tax has gone through, and teacher salaries have increased from $66,300 to $67,600. We have a sales tax hearing again. Let's oppose, and we were the only person to oppose it. Let's go ahead and go over to legislation, education, poverty. And someone said something about increasing violent crime rates. So let's increase this. Let's go for 5 years. It's going to be a very hefty crime increase, but violent crimes should not be tolerated. So the increase in that spending should be justified. From 3 years to 5 years, it's going to be increased. The city does not currently have the funds to increase jail lengths. It's bad. Oh, this is going to be a pretty mixed piece of legislation. Let's support. And it passed 7-4, and we had 2 Democrats actually oppose it. Those Democrats were Jolly Golly and Lorena Hampton. And then the rest of the Republicans actually voted against it. Invest more in public infrastructure. Once the budget actually comes in, then I will actually be able to do that. Let's go to jobs. We have state representative, house representative, and then we have a governorship election this year. And before I actually go in this live stream, I am actually, because I actually do have to head out soon, I am going to see what the state level elections are going to look like. We are looking at a federal election, such as the Senate. We're looking at another midterm election. And then we are also looking at a gubernatorial election. So I want to see how that turns out before I actually head out. And again, guys, if you're watching right now, go ahead and join the Agrarian Party. The Agrarian Party will be supporting the unification of the Dakotas, as well as a Superior Dakota being formed in the northern part of the United States. So if you are interested in supporting the formation of the Superior Dakota, please go to my Patreon and support me on Patreon. There are a lot of ranks that you will be available, that are available to join up. We have the Agrarian, Outer Party Member, Inner Party Member, or the Party Member, and then Inner Party Member, and then Commissar of the Agrarian Party. So if you're interested in joining up on the Agrarian Party, please go to my Patreon and support me on Patreon. Otherwise, just join in on my Discord. My Discord is open to everyone, so if you are, again, interested in joining in on the Discord, please join in on this link that I'm posting in the chat. So again, join me on Patreon and supporting the Agrarian Party again, and join me in creating the Superior Dakota. We are going to support the Superior Dakota, which is North Dakota as of now, and then go through this midterm election. So we have week 18, week 19, the, what do you call it? The nominees are now known. We are looking at Brandon Schultz as the Democratic nominee for the governorship. And he was in an open primary, actually. And then Don Wood is going to be the Republican nominee. State Senate, I believe. No, this is 2016. We are not looking at a state Senate election this year, but we are looking at a state House election. Samson Easton is going to be representing the nominee for the District 127. Federally, we are looking at Susie Jarvis as the Democratic nominee, and then Chuck Mendoza as the Republican nominee. Susie Jarvis is actually the, she is the current representative of Minnesota District 4. I'm actually going to have a lot of fun joining Minnesota politics. This is going to be really fun, and my goal will be to run for the governorship of the state of Minnesota. That is going to be my goal for this live stream series. We are just getting our feet in the water. We're going to be running for state house maybe in the next one, so we'll look forward to that. Let's go ahead and go through, see what other legislation we can actually get passed before the end. We don't have social services. What the hell? What the hell? Why don't we have social services? Let's get that through. Why did I not make that through? 0.6% of the total budget, or $3 million. Okay, that should get bipartisan support. One Republican voted against it, Jordan Little. Don't know what district he is from. 33.1 to 66.9 I lost in the House of Representatives election. What district were you actually representing? Or what district were you actually running for? Actually did support for minimum wage. Social services law has been signed into law by the mayor. Okay, and then let's say no. Whoa. Let's do 950 or 975. You know what? Let's not make an amendment. We're gonna oppose that legislation. One Democrat actually, Dylan Tsai and someone else, Jalal Ghali and Laura Hampton, are actually like very weird whenever it's coming to a lot of these things. Is there any way that I can actually see their districts? Let's go to city council, other elections. Elections, politicians, city council, rankings, politician. Okay, so we have Laura Hampton. Let's look at her real quick. Policy. Education. She opposes raising salaries to teachers. Let's get a couple of proteges now. These are really the first time I'm actually gonna get proteges. Let's go to politicians. If you guys can actually help me with this. Laura Hampton, District 8. So let's do District 8 firstly. City Council. Let's do a young man. Next election until the beginning of the year, between weeks 1 and 18. So I'm going to throw him into the ring, and let's get another protege for City Council. Again, let's get a young guy. Fun state to play because of the demographic changes is Kansas. What are the demographic differences between Kansas and the rest of the country, actually? You can actually let me know about that. Okay. We're going to be going into the 2018 elections now. No social services, 9mm irony. I know, that's so weird that we didn't have any sort of social services. That was something I completely forgot about. I was like, as soon as I saw social services, I'm like, oh yeah, I completely forgot about that. And then I saw how much we were giving, and I'm like, what? Legal sale false. See, there's a bug with that. Universal background checks, can we actually get that through? City Council hearing on universal background checks. Slightly more than 20% of guns are obtained without background checks. Eliminates the loophole. Let's go ahead and support that. 10 is 1. And then that has been signed into law by the mayor. Let's create amendment to the city budgets. Yes, please. Let's go ahead and start increasing spending on... We have $115 million that we can actually play with right now. We have jail budgets, city defender, circuit courts. Let's go to City Council, Human Resources. Actually, how much are we giving the city council, and what does that do? Provides funding for the city council. It includes fund for salaries and supplies. Let's... Public libraries, what are we looking at? Funding for social services programs. Let's increase that to $5 million. Let's increase that to... Yeah, let's do $5.5 million. Emergency homeless shelters. We don't have anywhere that we can actually do that yet, I guess. Fire department. Inspection, fire department. I think it was about 55% Republican, so if you play as a moderate Democrat, you can actually have quite a good fight. I made it all the way to the Senate as a moderate. I am actually never... What difficulty are you usually playing on? Because I've never been able to win a senatorial election. Like, I tried to do it for Michigan, and I could not win that Senate election. Forensic science, blah, 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 city council, litigation, let's give an additional $5 million to Parks and Rec. And then, I believe that's going to be it for my increases to the budget. Let's give $175 million toward the police. That leaves us with $80 million in the treasury. Mandatory expenditures is $2.3 million now because of the public housing initiative that I actually started. It will go into sound evil, but deregulate gun and rise the tax out of it. Yeah, true. Check the wiki, wink. Let's go ahead and... That leaves us with $115 million. Let's support. And that has passed along party lines. 110. That is funding for social services programs. Please get that passed. Please, yes, 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 that passed. And then funding for police officers. $5. All right, and let's go ahead and check on the elections that just happened across the state and across the country. State House, we are now being represented by Samson Easton. He is going to be representing District 127 for the states. Governor Brandon Schultz has been elected governor of Minnesota, 1.1 million votes to 952,000 votes. Federally, we are looking at a Democratic Alonzo Dominguez, 1.3 million votes to 1 million votes. He's going to be representing the state of Minnesota for the next 6 years, and neither party gained seats across the country. I guess all the states actually stayed the same. It wasn't even a net gain or loss. Interesting. House elections. 69 seats gained by the Democrats. We have now a Democratic delegation that is representing the state of Minnesota. Nearby Wisconsin is actually still Republican. We have probably a slightly more red delegation coming out of the state of Texas. No one's saying anything in the chat. And everyone, thank you for participating in this live stream. I really, really appreciate it. We have 251 Democrats to 184 Republicans. Let's go ahead and check the election archive. 2016 House elections were like this. Look at that delegation coming out of Minnesota that represented us, and then now look at them now. They like Minnesota is a very volatile state. So watching them on the House election map is going to be very interesting over the next couple of midterm elections. Congratulations, now all the state policemen have an RPG as their main gun. Hell yeah. Please, let's go ahead and do that. So we were 253 to 182, and then now we're 251 to 184. And it does look like I actually do have to head out in the next few minutes. Governorship. Here is the county map. We are looking at the nearby counties. Washington County voted blue. Current County voted blue, and then I forgot the name of this county. But here is the county map. Northern Minnesota was actually pretty blue, interestingly enough. Even Pennsylvania couldn't go. Pennsylvania and Wisconsin actually stayed Democratic, so they're still... Let's go to federal. So let's go to politicians, federal, and then Senate. Look at all these split up states: Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Ohio, New Hampshire, Missouri, Nevada, Colorado, Florida, North Carolina, and Virginia are all represented by a different partied senators. So interesting stuff right there. Let's go ahead and check over the last couple of things before we go, and we're going to go into the new year. And then no retirements right now. Gloria Gifford is going to be seeking re-election in the presidential election of 2020. And then city laws, we have a different sales tax now. We have universal preschool. Actually, that was a school district, so we couldn't have done that. Then we have comprehensive professional development for teachers. Social services finally has been established, and universal background checks have universal background checks have been established. And Isaac, unfortunately, you are now joining on the last bit of my live stream. But before I go, I'm going to show you. I am representing the city of St. Paul. We are out of Congressional District 4, Senate District 42, and House District 127 out of Ramsey County, Minnesota. We are Gabe Vogel. He's actually a friend of mine. He is the age of 24. We are a city council member. We're going to possibly be running for mayor. Can I actually? We are possibly going to run for mayor, try to run against our incumbent mayor in this next election. So guys, if you guys like this, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Please look forward to another Minnesota live stream, possibly by tomorrow, at latest 2 days from now. I'm going to try to do this every 1 or 2 days. So if you guys like this, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Super chats are always appreciated, so if you guys can do a super chat right before I leave, that would really much make my day. If you want to support the Agrarian Party and their plans to make a superior Dakota, go support me on Patreon. It is Politics Gaming. That is my Patreon. I have a lot of ranks on there now, and please, again, and I'm going to post the link before I go, join me on Discord. Please talk to me on Discord. I really want to get my Discord back to the way it was, the superiorness that it was. So please join the Agrarian Party, join the ranks of the Superior Dakota, and guys, please tap the subscribe button if you have not, and join the notification squad. Notifications to my channel are always going to be appreciated. And a shout out to Knox and support to your grandfather for him being diagnosed with the coronavirus. I do apologize for that. So again, guys, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, support the Agrarian Party on Patreon, and go to my Discord and join me on Discord. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really loved playing this gameplay, and I am definitely excited to continue playing in the state of Minnesota. So again, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, go support the Agrarian Party on Discord and on Patreon, and I will see you guys in the next video. And thank you guys so much for joining me. Really appreciate it.